What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, something horrible happened to a 23-year-old young man, just like yesterday or something, where an alligator ripped off his freaking arm. This one actually hits quite close to home for me because I hurt myself working out about 5 months ago and actually had to have surgery on my arm. And I had all sorts of fears going about in my mind. Like, what if I get an infection? What if I lose my arm or can't fully use it? Things like that. So I've spent a lot of time thinking about what that would be like. So I really have a lot of sympathy for people who have to deal with such ailments. So this young man who was hanging out at a bar in Florida not long before this incident happened stepped outside to take a leak because apparently the bathroom line was too long, and he ended up getting too close to the water or something, and an alligator must have ripped him out. And here's what he has to say about reflecting back on that incident. So I ended up walking over to the water hole. I didn't realize how big it was at the time. As I was going over there, something happened where I either tripped or the ground below me just went down. He said, I ended up in the water, and that's literally the last thing I remember. Apparently, moments later, other bar patrons saw what was going on. They saw the splashing in the water and knew that an alligator was attacking him. So they ended up pulling him out of the pond and applied a tourniquet, which most likely saved his life. Apparently, he was already missing most of his arm when they ripped him out of the water. Apparently, there were rumors going around that he was actually feeding the gator, but this is what he had to say about that. That is completely not true. They don't even serve food at that bar, so I couldn't have even served the gator food. There was also a military veteran there, a younger guy by the name of Trent, who people are calling a hero because he was one of the ones who saved the guy from the water hole. Trent had this to say about the incident. I just tried to do what I needed to do. I'm just a guy who knew what to do. Right place, right time, I guess. Jordan, who is the guy who lost his arm from the attack, had this to say from his hospital bed. I didn't lose my life. I lost an arm. It's not the end of the world, you know? They got my elbow, so I don't have an elbow. I can still move my arm around and whatnot. Jeez, what do you guys think about that? It's terrifying to me how he was just enjoying himself, probably with his friends at that bar, maybe having a couple drinks or something, and decided to step outside to take a leak, and all of a sudden, his entire future has been altered forever. I really admire his apparent optimism in that he says it's not the end of the world, which is kind of shocking to me because losing a limb or something like that just sounds terrifying. But I know he must be going through a lot right now. So if you guys will, lift up your prayers for Jordan. It's crazy how people have to put up with alligators all over the place in Florida. Apparently there are swamps and bodies of water everywhere in Florida. So if I were to live there, I would hope I would always be on guard and on watch. I think that people who live there just get kind of used to the alligators being around. So maybe they, at times, stop thinking about them. But this incident is just so shocking. It probably grabbed onto his arm and did the little twist things that they do in the water and twisted his arm off in a matter of seconds. Some people around said that the alligator that got him was probably big enough to kill him or eat him whole, but they speculated that maybe it just ripped his arm off and was satisfied with that and left him alone after the attack. But yeah, alligators are capable of a lot, and there are some in Florida that are huge, like almost the size of Nile crocodiles apparently. But what do you guys think about this situation? Let me know in the comments if you will, and like this video for more haunting tales from the Iceman.